So we've seen a lot of stages recreated in Crash Team Racing Nitro-Fueled so far, but what are the tracks that I'm looking forward to most out of the ones we've seen? Let's discuss right now.
I got hot sauce in my bag, swag.
Hello there beautiful human, my name is RidersDX and welcome to my channel, where today we're going to be talking a little bit more about Crash Team Racing Nitro-Fueled. I'm very excited for this video in particular because we get to talk about some of the tracks that we've seen so far and which ones are my personal favorites. So I have a top 5 list over here, so we're going to be going down the list from number 5 to number 1. So I'm quite excited, and by the way, these are the tracks that we've seen so far, so obviously when the game actually comes out and we see everything, I'm going to have a completely different list. But out of the ones we've seen so far, these are my top 5 as of now. So I'm just making that clear. My tastes are definitely going to change when the game comes around, but I just thought I would let you all know about some of the stages that look really promising right now. But before we do that, I just wanted to plug in today's fan art. So today's fan art comes from someone named Rosie the Rasco. So this was posted in my Discord server, and check it out. I love it. It's simplistic, but it's got the attitude down, and you know what? That's the most important thing when it comes to Metal Duckos, is having that attitude down. And check out that duck beak crown. Yes, I can tell this is a sassy duck, so I'm loving it. So thank you so much, Rosie. I'm not sure if they have any links. If they do, then I'll be sure to leave in the description box below. And there's a YouTube channel, a video in particular, then I'll leave it in the top right corner as well. But again, Rosie, thank you so much. I really appreciate this, and yeah, I'm loving this. Okay, back to the topic at hand. Let's go ahead and dive into my top 5 list of Crash Team Racing Nitro-Fueled tracks so far. At number 5, we're going to start with the most recently revealed new track in Crash Team Racing Nitro-Fueled, and that is Coco Park. So with Coco Park, the reason that I really like this track in particular, because it just looks so different from the original, and those have been some of my favorite tracks I've been seeing so far. It's just the tracks where the developers have really taken creative liberty and added their own twists and styles to the tracks that we had beforehand. Because if you take a look at some of these shots from Coco Park in the PS1 version, and then take a look at what we see in the new PS4 version, it looks absolutely incredible. Like, the colors pop up so much more, first of all, and they've added so many more colors and a lot of new things as well, like this Coco statue, for example. There's a lot of brand new things that they added to this level, and honestly, it looks like a giant toothache, and I love it. It basically looks like Crash Bandicoot's response to Candyland. So yeah, I'm just loving the detail that they added to this, and there's a lot of creative liberties that Beenox took with developing this level, and I'm glad they did, because if I'm being honest, the original track looks cool as well, but not nearly as exciting as this brand new one looks. So I'm quite excited for this. I can't wait to see how this track really pans out when the actual game comes out, but it looks very promising. It looks like there's a lot to explore in it, and so there'll be a lot of slow races when I go ahead and get the game, where I'm going to be exploring everything there is to see with this level. Now the next track that I'm looking most forward to at number 4 is Cortex Castle. So unlike Coco Park, I don't personally see as many changes to this level as I saw in Coco Park, but still, it's really cool to see this level get brought back to HD glory. I think Cortex Castle, you know, just based on aesthetics alone, is one of my favorite levels. I'm a big sucker for racing through an evil person's lair, and especially a giant castle like this that has both inside and outside parts to it. It looks absolutely gorgeous, and there's a few more stage props that they added in here compared to the original version. The overall coloring and lighting seems to have stayed the same, but I love the lighting. I love the dark feeling that this level has, so I'm actually glad that they kept it the same, to be honest. You know, with a remake, it's always a little bit tricky between like making sure you add something new so that it's not just a complete port and remaster of the original, but at the same time, you don't want to change too much that becomes ultimately unrecognizable. And I think this is one of those tracks that leans more on the safer side, but Cortex Castle honestly didn't really need that much to be changed. I mean, looking at screenshots from the original game, it looks like a pretty exciting level on its own. It really didn't need to be changed that much, you know, compared to Coco Park, which was a little bit more bland. So I think Beenox made the right decision here in not changing as much. Then again though, we haven't actually seen footage of the actual track, so when we see actual footage, then we could judge for sure how much Beenox has actually changed. But from the looks of it, it's looking pretty good so far, and I'm hyped to race this track when the game comes out. Next up on my list is Polar Pass. So if I'm gonna be honest with you all, it's very hard to impress me when it comes to ice levels. I mean, ice levels in general just aren't my favorite kind of levels in any game at all. Maybe because in most games they're like a bitch to play through. But in all honesty though, I'm liking what they're doing with Polar Pass in this game so far, because the original version, if I'm being honest, from what I've seen, looks pretty boring and very bland. And you know, I'm probably gonna anger a lot of like fans of the old game by saying that, but just looking at screenshots and footage of the old level, it honestly does not look that exciting to me. But seeing it here in Crash Team Racing Nitro-Fueled, you can tell that they added a bunch of new things to it. Like the biggest thing that I can note is the treehouse. I don't think that was there at all in the original track. And also there are some villages and some houses built around the track, so it looks more like a community compared to just being like an ice land in the middle of nowhere, you know, kind of like being in the Antarctic basically. So I'm glad that they are bringing more life to the track, which is one of the best things they're doing right now in terms of like all the tracks in this game. They're bringing a lot more life to these levels, and that's a really awesome thing to see. And yeah, Polar Pass is just one of those tracks where they're adding a lot of creative things to it, and I'm loving all the new additions. It looks like a much more fun level compared to the original game. So yeah, and this is not saying that the original one was bad. I just think that compared to what we're seeing right now, this one definitely takes a cake in terms of like the amount of things going on, how lively it is, how much more diverse and colorful it is really. So yeah, Polar Pass is looking pretty good, I must say. And oh, I missed a great opportunity for a pun, but I'm gonna do it. It's looking pretty cool. At number 2 on my list has to go to Crash Cove, which is basically the first level that you encounter in the game if I'm correct. So Crash Cove is a bit of a surprising choice I would imagine some people would find with my list, but the reason I really like Crash Cove, especially from the footage I've seen so far, is because I love the lighting of it. You know, the new sunset lighting that they added to the level that wasn't really there in the original game, or maybe just it could not be supported that way in the original game. It's really awesome. I love seeing I'm assuming this is Wumpa Island in this like lighting. Like it looks so relaxing and so beautiful. Like honestly, if I wanted to go on vacation, I could go into like a video game location, this would probably be the place I go to. You know, between this and Seaside Hill would be a really tough choice. So but honestly, Crash Cove looks really amazing. I love what they did with the pirate ships in particular, and it just seems like an amazing way to start off the game. And maybe I find this level a little bit more special because I haven't played the original before. I'm sure people that played the original might not find this level as special as I do, but I just think there's no better way to start off the game than with a level like this. It looks very relaxing, looks very fun, looks like it's easy to get into, and it's just very inviting, you know. And yeah, this level just looks really great, and there's not too many changes from the original, but I think there's just enough change, you know, the perfect amount. And of course, I can't get enough of the lighting. Like I said before, the lighting just blows me away. Okay everyone, coming in at number 1 on my list, the number 1 track that I'm most excited for so far for Crash Team Racing is Papu's Pyramid. So this is another one of those tracks where I feel like Beanox took a lot of creative liberty and made it very different. And this track in particular looks very, very different from the original one. I mean, it looks absolutely crazy what they did to it. First of all, the original one had like a very orange sky, so it looks like it was kind of set during the sunset time of the day. But this one is all blue, clear skies. It's very bright. So many more colors added to it. Basically, everything looks almost completely different. I mean, you could still tell it's Papu's Pyramid, but it basically looks like a completely brand new location, and it just looks gorgeous. I'm really excited to play through this level in particular. It just looks like there's so much going on in it. I love the rocks in the background. It looks like something that Lara Croft from Tomb Raider would be climbing in one of her games, and yeah, it just looks so adventurous, and I love the culture that's being embedded into this level, you know? It just looks absolutely gorgeous. I love all the statues. I love all the colors that they added to it. You know, looking at screenshots of the original level really pales in comparison to what we're seeing here, and I don't want to upset a lot of like die-hard Crash Team Racing fans by saying that, but this is, in my honest opinion, the truth. Like, it looks downright amazing and blows the original version out of the water. But yeah, this is definitely the track I'm most looking forward to, and I honestly, when I first saw the trailer for the game, I think this is the perfect level to open up with, because it honestly blew me away, and I haven't seen anything that blew me away as much as this level did when I first saw it. And maybe it's because it's the first one I saw, but you know, looking at all these in comparison, like this level has so many different creative liberties taken with it compared to the other ones. It honestly looks like a great job, and I'm so proud of Beanox for putting this level in there, because this really shows the true extent to which their creative liberties can take a level to, and I think that's really impressive to see. But okay everyone, that's it for my list. So let me know in the comment section below if you agree with my list, and if you don't agree with my list or have a track that you think should have been on this list, then let me know in the comment section below. And also, if there's a track on here that you don't think should be on this list, then please let me know in the comment section as well. Let's have a really good discussion about what we think about the tracks so far. Do we think that Beanox is changing too much, or do we think that Beanox is not changing enough, or do we think it's the right amount? I personally think it's the right amount. I think there are varying levels of change that they've done with each of these tracks, and that's really cool to see, because I think some tracks needed to change but others really don't. So it's kind of cool to see that Beanox is not just trying to change things for the sake of changing it, but that when they do change things, it's absolutely amazing. So yeah, please give this video a thumbs up if you like it, subscribe to my channel if you like videos like these, want to see more in the future, follow me on Twitter at RidersDX, or join my Discord server, the Spongy Garden. And this is Riders, riding out.